Welcome, everyone. This is Truck Talk, Week 13 picks for the NFL. Thank y'all for joining. I'm Rick Dolo. You know who that is over there. That's my man's VIP. And hey, I don't think it's nothing else to do but go ahead and kick that thing off.
Week 13, here we go. A lot of division games coming up. So let's go right into it. First game, them boys. Dallas Cowboys versus the New Orleans Saints. You know what I call them. Them the Aints, and they ain't going to win against Dallas. You know your boy picking. Your boy picking the Dallas Cowboys. Not going against my boys. They on a losing streak, but we about to bounce back. We about to
Yeah.
have CD Lamb come back. We about to have Cooper come back from COVID. We got some people out for COVID, but they not players. That coaching staff, that's all right. We gonna play without them. The game must go on, and we gonna do this. We gonna get back to the winning way. That's what I'm talking about. The Dallas Cowboys. What you got to say?
All right, all right. I hear you, man. You talking about them boys? You think they gonna bounce back? They got the COVID and everything over there. First it was injuries, now it's COVID. Which variety of the COVID do they got, man? I hope them boys gonna be alright over there, man. Cause y'all gonna need them. Y'all gonna need everything y'all can get. Uh, them Saints, man, they ain't really been playing too good a ball. So, man, I'm gonna have to go with you with the Cowboys on this game right here, man. I definitely don't see the Saints overcoming the Cowboys. Simeon really ain't been playing solid ball. You know, Kamara been out. The Cowboys, like you say, they're going to get a couple players back. I don't know how Elliott's doing with that hammy. You know, it's bothering him on a regular basis, but he's still able to pull it out and play some good ball. You say City Lamb coming back?
Yeah, he was on concussion protocol for this past game. That's why he stayed out for this past game. So he'll be all good for this one.
Okay, well, CD Lamb gonna have about 5 touchdowns this game because you know he coming back with a vengeance. He like die hard with a vengeance. He ain't playing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Cowboys taking the W on this one.
All right, moving on to the next one. We have the New York Giants and the Miami Dolphins. We got Tua playing better, and we got the Giants getting some lucky victories. So this is a little toss up, but I'm gonna go with Miami on this one. I'm gonna trust in Tua. I'm gonna roll with Tua and see. I think Tua gonna beat up on them football Giants. What you got to say?
Yeah, the Giants been playing pretty good ball, man. But like you say, I don't think they're gonna overcome Miami. I really like the talent over there in Miami, and like I was telling you on the recap before, Miami has a lot of talent over there that really is just now starting to kind of come to a head, you know. And as they continue to play, you starting to see little things pop out, you know, with Miami, and you know. Tua has some targets and they running the ball good. They special teams getting involved. They have a decent team overall, and therefore I see them knocking off the Giants as well.
All right, all right. Moving on to the next game, we have the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. I believe this is a no-brainer. This is not a tough one at all. As long as they run the ball with Jonathan Taylor, they can't be stopped. So as long as you feed that man, they're gonna come out with the victory. Don't put it in his hands. Put it in Jonathan's hands. We got the victory. We put it in Jonathan's hands. What you got to say?
I don't know, man. This last game with the Colts really got me kind of suspect about them because it's one thing to have all of the tools, but if you don't use the tools that you have, if you're making bad decisions coaching wise, uh, then it doesn't matter how many tools you have. So I'm sure that GM upstairs made a little phone call down there like, "Boop. Hey, put, hey, give JT the ball. What's wrong with you?" So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give him the ball this week. So I'm a rock with the Coast too. I don't really see the Texans knocking off the Coast. They just got too much power over there for them.
All right, all right. All right, so moving on to the next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings at 5-6 and the Detroit Lions at 10-1. Like I said, this is going to be a lot of divisional games, and this is another one. Uh, I'm gonna give it to Captain Kirk and the Minnesota Vikings. I'm not gonna be stupid, and I'm not gonna think that Detroit's gonna get their first victory. Though I wouldn't be surprised, but I believe the Minnesota Vikings will pull this one off. Even if Cook isn't available for the game, I think they can beat the Detroit Lions. It might be a close game, but I think they're going to pull off the victory.
Man, you know what? You know what? I'm thinking about going with the upset on this one, Jackson. Cause Cook is not in the game, and one thing I've really been noticing about these teams is that when you lose an integral ingredient in your offense, you have to kind of redefine yourself for those games when he's out. He's supposed to be out 2 to 3 games until they play the Bears, so they say, with that shoulder injury, and this being the first game that he's out. Then on top of that, with this being a conference game, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions went ahead and knocked them off, man, this game and got their first win. I'm going to rock with the Lions, man.
Good bold pick. That's a good one. That's a bold pick, but a good one. But you might actually get that one. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they did win. I just can't give them that victory as of yet. You got to show me one before I can choose one. In this case, um, because
Yeah.
Minnesota hasn't been playing that bad of ball, and you haven't been playing the best ball, but it hasn't been that bad. Now Detroit has been getting close in these games that they lost. But that's the thing. That's the thing that defines a team. How do you play in close games? And they haven't been able to pull off the victories in close games at all this year. Even to say they tied Pittsburgh. So I think the Minnesota's going to win. But we can move on to the next game. We have the Philadelphia Eagles against the New York Jets. The Philadelphia Eagles are 3-7, and the New York Jets are 3-8. Uh, Two teams that haven't had much wins this season. But the Eagles have been looking good as of late. We can't say about this past week. They did lose against the Giants, but I think they can pull off the victory against the Jets. The Jets they did look good this past week, but that was against another 2-18. So I believe the Eagles will pull this one off. What you got to say about it?
Yeah, this will be an interesting game as well, man, because both of these teams don't really have the best, the most winning records. The Jets do have their quarterback, just now coming back. He did play a solid game this most recent game. But like you say, man, the Eagles really been playing some good ball. At least they had been after this last game this past week, though. It made you kind of wonder, man. Like, man, y'all got beat by the Giants. Y'all were looking good before then, and then you come and you lose to the Giants like that. Ah, man, this one's a tough pick, but I'm gonna go ahead and follow my gut, man. I'm gonna give it to the Eagles, just because they have more of a defense than but you know what, the Jets were playing some pretty good defense this past game, man. You know what? I'm gonna give it to the Jets, man. I'm gonna give it to the Jets just because I like the way the Jets play defense, and I think them guys over there they really trying to ramp it up, and they're about improving. They're really about improving, and I sense some fire over there within the Jets right now. I think the Eagles will try and bounce back and get them another win, but I think the Jets might be able to go ahead and upset them. So I'm a rock with the Jets on this one.
All right, now before I put this down, not a bad pick, not a bad pick. It could go either way. We'll say that, but just remember that defense you saw was against the Houston Texans.
Yeah, comprende. I understand.
So, what we doing? Still with the Jets? You still rolling with the Jets?
Man, I'm rocking with the Jets, man. I like the Jets on offense against the Eagles. I think they'll do decent. I know it's a risky pick, but I like the way the Jets were playing this past week, and I didn't so much like the way the Eagles were playing. So I think it'll definitely be an upset win if the Jets do get the W. But with them getting their quarterback back, um, and I think they might be able to squeeze one out. I really do.
All right. All right. You know, that quarterback is a rookie. That quarterback they're getting back isn't a veteran quarterback. It's a rookie quarterback. So,
I am aware.
all right. All right. All right. All right. So we'll see how you do on this pick right here. See if you going to go with your heart or you go with your mind. We have the Arizona Cardinals at 9-2
Uh,
against the Chicago Bears at 4-7. I'm so interested in your pick. I'm just gonna let you start this one off. What you got to say?
Dumpers, what you mean, man? We go hard for the whole team, man. But not this go round. Not this go round. I'm ashamed. I'm hang my head because as much as I would love to root for my Bears, man, I don't think I could do it. I just don't think that I could do it. The Cards just too high power with the offense. I think they got some players coming back and everything this week. And the Bears just it's the Cards, man. It's one of the best teams in the league. And the Bears just I'm going with the Cardinals, man. All
But
right,
y'all at home, y'all got the redhead Andy Dalton. What you got to say? He just
man.
threw for 317 yards.
I'm going with the Cardinals. Period.
That's a good pick. I'm going with the Cardinals too.
I don't like
Mm,
this dude, man. Alright, man. I see you. I see you over there, man. You just gonna do me dirty like that.
All right, on to the next game. You did me dirty a couple weeks ago. I'm going on to the next game.
Are you
We
back?
got the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Los Angeles Chargers are at 6-5. The Cincinnati Bengals are at 7-4. These are two teams that I've picked in multiple games in the past, and they both let me down, but not last. Cincinnati was balling last week. We got Joe Burrow that he was rushing for a touchdown. We have Joe Mixon, he rushed for two touchdowns. And I'm rolling with him. I'm gonna roll with him. Thanks. It's gonna be at home in Cincinnati, cold weather. Los Angeles Chargers. They used to sunny L.A. or sunny San Diego before 2 years ago. So I'm gonna roll with Cincinnati. I'm gonna roll with Cincinnati in this cold weather. What you got to say?
Yeah. I'm feeling the same way, man. The Chargers. It's a certain caliber of team that the Chargers roll over, and then when you get to a certain level, they just aren't up to the task, and I don't feel like they'll be able to beat the Bengals. Like you said, it's gonna be in some cool weather, and on top of that, the Chargers just ain't playing that good a ball, man. Hey, Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon, I'm a believer now. At the beginning of the season, I was not a believer. I'm a believer now. Joe Burrow was playing some ball. Like I seen him do some things last week. Then he caught his swag. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow scored a touchdown. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he was beasting out there. Like he was on fire. He was talking stuff. I'm like, who's this guy? Where'd he go to college at? Like, let me check this dude out, man. But yeah, I'm rocking with Cincinnati too, man.
All right, all right, all right. So we can go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, so we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 8-3, and we have the Atlanta Falcons at 5-6. This is a no-brainer. It's a divisional game, yes, but Atlanta hasn't showed that they can even keep up with their own division. So we're gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady is colorblind, but they still can pull out the victory. What you got to say?
Yeah, I'm going with the Buccaneers as well. It has been worrisome though the way that the Buccaneers have been playing. It's one thing when Gronk was out of the game, and they just had those injuries and things like that going on. But Gronk is back, and Brady's still throwing picks, man. Like Brady just barely got the win against the Colts here, and he was throwing interceptions and carrying on. It's just like I don't know, man. I think Brady might be getting old, man. Hey, New England and Buccaneer fans, look, don't jump on me, but I'm just being honest. I'm like Future over here. I'm just being honest. But Brady just isn't playing the same type of ball that he has been in the past. So I don't know if he gonna ramp it up going into the playoffs. He just kind of got it on cruise control. Like we got this thing going into the playoffs already, so he ain't too worried about it. I don't know. I mean, he is older. That makes sense. That's what the vets do. The vets cruise through the regular season and turn it up in the playoffs. That's a true vet move. And I hope that's what Brady's doing because he isn't playing the best ball right now. So, but I think they got enough in them to get this W right here, though.
Hey, you can jump on me. I'm saying it. You can jump on me. You want to be an internet thug and get in our comments? You can go ahead and roll with me. You can talk about me. He colorblind. He throwing to the wrong team. He can't even see his own colors. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm standing by. On to the next game.
Oh
We have
man.
the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Rams. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-9, and the Rams are sitting at 7-4. The Rams have failed me by picking them a few games in the past, but this should be a no-brainer. This I won't go ahead and choose the Rams. They should go ahead and beat up on Jacksonville, with Jacksonville being 2-9 and make them 2-10. What you got to say?
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams as well, man. Like you said, it's kind of a no-brainer. The Jags and Trevor Lawrence over there just yeah, and I don't think they're gonna do anything with the high-powered offense of the Rams, as well as that defense and Donald coming off the edge over there. Like, I mean, come on now.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. We have the Washington football team and the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders are running through the NFC East, going taking on the Washington football team this time. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I'm gonna roll with the Raiders. They were able to beat the Cowboys here recently, and even though they had their struggles with the loss of their coach and the loss of Henry Ruggs, I think they're able to to still pull out the victory. They found their way to win. They still have a great quarterback in Carr to help them win the game, and they still have a great running back in Jacobs. So I think with those two, they're gonna help pull them on to victory. What you got to say? Oh no,
Well,
let me not forget about Renfro either.
forget about what?
Renfro, the wide receiver.
Right, 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 right. Man, the Raiders have been playing some decent ball. I mean, they did beat up on the depleted Cowboys team in this past game. I mean, a lot of the.
They didn't beat up on us. Now they beat us. They
Oh,
didn't beat
okay.
up on us. Come on, pump your brakes a little
Well,
bit, there,
you
fella.
you know what I mean. They got the W against the depleted Cowboys team, and they just barely beat them. But I did like the fact that they were able to put up. Well, if you let me finish, but I did like the fact that they were able to put up a significant amount of points against the Cowboys team. So that spoke volumes as far as the direction that they're attempting to go in. But man, Washington has been doing the same thing. Washington has been playing some solid ball. Ron Rivera got them boys over there getting it over there. So I really like what Washington is doing. Are they on the level with the Raiders? Is a good question, though, man. The Raiders have been a little finicky this year, with the whole Gruden drama thing, and like you say, the loss of their wide receiver due to that stuff that was going on with him. So this is a tough one for me. But I'm leaning towards the Raiders. But what I'm wondering is how good is Washington? Because They, like other teams in the NFL right now, are playing better ball than they were at the beginning of the season. So I'll be looking out for this game, but I'm gonna go with the Raiders too on this one.
All right. So we can move on to the next game, another division game. We have the Baltimore Ravens at 8-3 going against the 5-5-1 Pittsburgh Shower Curtains. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, the Pittsburgh Steelers haven't been playing good ball. Uh, their game their game as of late hasn't shown them up to par. Uh, Big Ben is looking like Uncle Ben here as of late. Najee Harris hasn't been getting his touches like he should. So I'm gonna roll with Baltimore. Baltimore, they got their swagger. They can win a ugly game. When you think they're gonna lose, when they don't put up the points, their defense holds them down. They just threw 4 picks and still won. So I'm rolling with Baltimore on this one. What you got to say?
um, man, I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. You got a Steelers team that's trying to find their identity, as you call them, the shower curtains and Uncle Ben and his rights over there, you know, versus a Ravens team that just came back from throwing 4 interceptions, and still managing to pull out the win in a low scoring affair. One thing about last week's game or this past week's game with the Steelers, like the same thing with Jonathan Taylor over there with the Colts. Like, where was Najee Harris? Why not give Najee Harris more touches in the course of that game? So I feel like that game plan, it should have. It was a lot of things that they should have corrected about that. They should have been giving Najee Harris the ball more. That's your star player. Big Ben's kind of washed up right now. They're talking about reshuffling that defensive line and other things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how the Steelers respond because they just made some coaching changes. And true, it'll probably take a little while before some of those things are really implemented and you start to see the results of that. But according to what they were talking about, they are looking for instant changes. So they're making changes in practice. They are going to put some fire under the Steelers' behinds, according to what they were talking about in some of the press conferences and some of the articles and reviews. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see this Steelers team really come out here and make a push. The Ravens, so whimsical, so up and down, just seem very undisciplined as a team overall. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Steelers team come out here and really uh, do some things. And Mike Tomlin can put together a good game plan. You know they're going to be honing in on Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
All right,
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna go
right.
with the Steelers on this.
It's a risky pick there, fella.
It is. It
All
is,
right.
man.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next game. We have the San Francisco 49ers at 6-5 going against the 3-8 Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks haven't been looking good as of late, and you know what I've been talking about. I've been talking about that connection between Garoppolo and Debo Samuel's, Garoppolo and George Kittle's. That offense is looking good over there. So I'm gonna roll with San Francisco. Those 49ers, I believe, can take over Seattle. Seattle hasn't been playing well this year. They're sitting at 3-8. They just lost to the Washington football team. So I don't believe that they can beat San Francisco. If they can't beat the football team, how can they beat the 49ers? So I'm rolling with the 49ers this week. What you got to say?
Yeah, the Seahawks are week to week, man, because we all know how good the Seahawks can be, and then it's the post-surgery Russell Wilson Seahawks now. So the question is, how long, if ever, until we see that Seahawks team that we are used to seeing? Is that something that could happen this week, or is it going to be next year before we see that again? Or will we ever see that again? So it's a lot of question marks around that Seahawks team. The 49ers are playing good ball with Debo Sanders over there and Superman, as I like to call him. So, I mean, naturally, you would want to go with the 49ers on this one because they've been playing good, better ball over the past few games. But we know the potential of the Seahawks. And we know that you got Metcalf over there just itching to have a breakout game. We know he's a beast and we know he's capable of getting those 50-50 balls. And we know the Seahawks just have a solid team overall. So, I had to holler at Russell Wilson on the last video and let him know, like, hey, bruh, no cutties and wives twerking in the chairs and stuff for a little while, man. Go ahead, get your game together. I think you're going to hear me, man. And I think I'm going to rock with the Seahawks.
All right, all right. That's I think even if we saw the old Seahawks, they wouldn't beat the 49ers. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the Denver Broncos at 6-5 and the Kansas City Chiefs at 7-4. Now this might be the game of the week right here. Denver Broncos have been playing well with Bridgewater back there. Kansas City, they haven't been playing well. They did beat the Cowboys, but you know they had a bye this past week, so we haven't seen post Cowboys how they are. They were on a losing streak before the Cowboys game, um, so I don't know what to say about this one. Which Mahomes are we going to get? Are we going to get the Mahomes that gives it up to all the defenses, or are we going to get the Mahomes that's been able to work his magic? So I'm gonna roll with the Broncos on this one. I don't know what Kansas City Chiefs team is going to show up, and the Denver Broncos are eager for victory, and they've been playing well as of late. What you got to say?
Um, I'm gonna have to go against you, man. I think the Chiefs are gonna be able to pull this one out. I mean, I like what Denver is doing with the ball and everything, but Teddy Bridgewater, I don't I don't necessarily trust him to be able to beat a Chiefs team. I mean, we cannot sit up here and just ignore who the Chiefs are and what they are capable of. The Chiefs are capable of a breakout game at any given time, and they're capable of a dud game at any given time. I think it's really more so a focus thing when it comes to the Chiefs. If they come in focused and ready to play ball, then you'll see a solid Chiefs team. If they come in overlooking the Broncos, then you'll see probably the Broncos manage to be able to squeeze out a win. But I mean, how many points can the Broncos, frankly, really put up? With a Teddy Bridgewater behind the helm. He's more of a game manager, and then he was injured last week too. Remember that? He went out, then he came back in. I don't know how bad the injury is, or if he's playing this week, or out this week, or what's going on with that situation. But I didn't really like the way that was sounding, so I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
All right. I do believe Teddy Bridgewater is just a bit more than a game manager, and they also got Gordon back there to run the ball with. So with that being said, I think they're going to keep the ball away from Mahomes, and try to keep putting the ball on the ground and run that clock and win the game with time of possession and defense. So we're gonna see. And on to the Monday night game, which is another great game. This may be the game of the week. It's the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. The New England Patriots are sitting at 8-4. Buffalo Bills at 7-4. I'm gonna roll with the Patriots. I'm not even going to question. I'm not even going to talk about Josh Allen and his connection with Diggs. I'm just going to go out and put it out there. I'm going with Matt Jones and that Patriots offense. What you got to say?
Man, you know how I feel about the Patriots and Bill Belichick and that defense, especially. Not to mention Mac Jones with the way that he's been playing over there, and different players are stepping up. Patriots known for just taking no-name players and just making them all-stars, man. And they're doing it again. You seeing players come to life right before your eyes as you watch those Patriots games, man. I just really like what they're doing over there. And I mean, Bill Belichick is that dude, man. He is a dude. That's what Bill Belichick is, man. And I will put him at the helm, one of the greatest coaches of all times, man. I just got to get him a little bit. You know, Bill Belichick can turn water to wine, man. He like Jesus Christ around the corner,
Ah,
man. I'm telling you, man.
no.
This dude is amazing with the way that he can just get a team going, man. I think it just starts at the way that they practice and just everything that they really just pour into their team, the dedication, watching film, coaching quarterbacks, and especially the way he puts that defense together. It's kind of like Thanksgiving dinner, baby. The way he put that mac and cheese next to the dressing, he don't even care about the greens, just let the juice get all on it like that. You know what I'm saying, baby? I mean, I'm sorry. Thanksgiving just passed, man. Got me having flashbacks, but yes, man, Bill Belichick is that dude, and I'm expecting for them to run over the Bills. Of course, we know the Bills, high-powered offense. They like to throw the ball, not too much balance with the run game as we've seen in recent weeks, but um, I would expect for them to contest the Patriots, but not be able to uh, get over that hurdle, so to speak. So yeah, I'm rocking with the Patriots as well.
What we got for the game of the week? Is it gonna be New England Buffalo or Denver Kansas City? Which one you got?
Game of the week. Rams. I think it's gonna be Jags Rams, man. I had to see that look on your face, player. I had to see the look on your face. Oh man, that was classic. It took a second for it to sink in, though, man. It took a second, but yeah, I'm not sure what the game of the week is gonna be. Maybe that Chargers Bengals game. You think?
That's a good one. That's a good one. But uh, see, and that's the thing. The Chargers are known to slip. The Broncos are known to slip, and the Bills are known to slip. But here's of late, the Bills have been putting up good numbers, and Denver put up a good game last week. So I think I'm leaning more towards the New England Buffalo game. It's going to be in Buffalo. It's another divisional rivalry game. So I think that those two teams are going to compete and be able to entertain us on a Monday night in prime time.
Hey, well, say less, man. I think we're gonna rock with the Patriots Bills for the game of the week. Is that everything?
That is everything, boy. We
Uh,
closed it out for another week, getting these picks out here. Boy, we got some definitely risky picks out there. It's heating up. We're over the hump. We're in the second half of the season. The season is gonna shortly come to a close. It's gonna be a heartbreak. I missed the season, but we getting there. We get there. We getting there. Go ahead and tell them who to share the video with, my boy.
yeah, man. First of all, don't just share it. I need you to like it. I need you to share it, and then I need you to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, like, share, subscribe with everybody who you know. Matter of fact, just go ahead and just go ahead and copy and paste the whole section and then put it on Facebook for me. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Just share it with the world. You know what I'm saying? Share it. Like, share, subscribe with everybody. Deacons, mamas, daddies, uncles, nephews, chickens, ducks, turkeys. I mean, just everybody. Go ahead, share it for me. And by the way, that's the end.
Hey.